Hello, everyone. Nubkeks here. Welcome to Nub Raids, where I am having a day. I just recorded like an 8-minute video. I even pulled a couple of shards in it, and then realized my microphone wasn't turned on. Hello, hello. We're working now. Yes, we are. Okay, great. We're back in. In today's video, we are going to pull some shards, uh, and we're going to check out a Titan event, which I've had a rant about it already. So this is very annoying. I had one of my biggest rants ever, and now it was never captured. It went into the void of a microphone being turned off. So I've expelled a lot of the anger, but I'm still pissed off. So we'll still talk about why I'm pissed off. Here's the Titan event though. The Demon Slayer Titan event. We've got a 1-star Tholin's soul, 100 points. We've got a Gaze of Damnation, the final milestone 2, 300 points. 3-star Tholin Soul, the final milestone 3 for 600. We have the Gilded Pinion Relic, the final milestone 4 for 1000. And then the 5-star Tholin Soul, the final milestone for 1500. There are 1750 points up total, so you can skip 250 if you want, and still be able to grab the 5-star soul. But that's going to be difficult to do. In fact, we've got a summoning event right now, including it, and they have smuggled, as you can see, Titan event points have been smuggled, as I was worried about yesterday, into multiple events here at the end. There's 200 of them here in the, there's 200 in the Champion Chase tournament. There's going to be more in more events coming today. We've got Champion Training, starts in 40 minutes. That's got some. Dungeon Diver starts tomorrow. That's got Titan event points. This, for me, is the biggest problem with this event. I'm fine with the rest of the Titan event. I mean, we can talk about, I think players are going to be a bit upset. Perhaps there's no 4-star soul. But what pisses me off, really genuinely pisses me off, because I don't see any justification for it. They have obviously been, they have these events planned out a couple of months in advance at least, probably 3, maybe 4 months in advance, maybe as many as 6 months in advance. They definitely have this stuff well planned out, well structured. They knew that they were dropping this Titan event at the end of the fusion. They knew they were going to include Titan event points in these fusion events, so they decided not to give us that information, even though that information would have changed how many people approach the fusion and the events they did and the resources they prioritized. The only reason that I can see why they would withhold that information is genuinely to fuck you over. That's the only reason. I cannot think of any other explanation, and I'm usually very open-minded with this stuff. I try to give the benefit of the doubt and see all sides and etc. But I genuinely cannot see any other reason other than to fucking screw you over, because fuck you players, to withhold that information. Because they can come in and they can say, we flagged, here's the fusion, plan the calendar, which is great, cool. Here it is. Just note, Titan event is going to be included in some of these events at the end. So there you go. Now you have an actual fusion plan instead of withholding information that they have that is obviously relevant to you. But yeah, they're just holding it back to screw you over. It's that plain and simple. So yeah, it's put me in a really negative mood about this, to be honest. I think they did do the same thing with the Thor fusion last year. They fucked us over with that. And yeah, again, I could let them away with it once to be like, all right, cool, you didn't think it through. You're just a bit thick. You're just a bit fucking incompetent, yeah? But doing it twice, now it's not just, oh, well, you fucked up, you made a mistake. Now it's like, no, you're actually genuinely being fucking dicks. So yeah, thanks, Plarium. You're genuinely being fucking dicks. Good job. All right, cool. Never mind. I thought I had expelled my anger. Never mind. It was there. Maybe I just stoked the flames. I'm still pissed off. That's my rant. Right. Let's look at this. It's tough for me because I'm pissed off. It's tough for me to judge this impartially and fairly in terms of what you would actually want to do. It's actually really hard. I do think that if you've done the fusion, grabbing the 3-star soul, 600 points out of almost 1800 total, 1750, right? You're getting about 1/3 of the points. That's actually pretty doable. It's certainly not necessary. Like, if you're not planning to use Tholin, you obviously don't need his souls. But I think that this is probably worthwhile if you've done the fusion. And bearing in mind, there are these quests as part of the coalition event, and there is one for his 3-star soul. There it is. 220 points for his, you might as well. And in case you ever use him ever in the future, the survivability alone is pretty nice. And, throw on a lightning cage or something, or throw on nature's wrath, and it works pretty well. How good is the 5-star? I keep clicking into the wrong thing. The 5-star soul, he obviously wants the crit damage from 4-star. If you want to use him a lot, the 5-star is good. He wants the crit damage. He doesn't really care that much about the accuracy of the resistance. Like, he'll care a little bit for waves and faction wars, the accuracy and stuff like that, but you might not be building him with enough anyway for it to really matter. Bearing in mind, against like bosses and their minions, he places all of his stuff irresistibly anyway. It can't be resisted. So the accuracy is not too valuable. You're not going to be building enough resistance on him for the resistance to matter. So it's just about the 5-star soul effects, which is nice. It's more damage from Nature's Wrath. Like, you are getting more damage. So if like you're planning to use him as a main damage dealer, then yeah, that does matter. Like, if we come over here, Nature's Wrath, you're getting 8% damage at 3-star. You're getting 15% at 5-star. It's 7% more damage straight up. And then the extra, well, I guess it'd be, how much is it for a legendary? I can't remember. 38% crit damage. Like, it's a pretty substantial damage boost. So if you are planning, if you have the resources saved up to do a bunch of events that you should have been told about beforehand by Plarium, if you have that stuff saved up, and you are planning to use him in a bunch of teams, it is a significant damage boost. You're talking probably combined over a 20% damage boost at least. Like, it's pretty good. But if you're not planning to use him, then this becomes kind of yikes. I really don't know. There's obviously this quest, right, for 320 points to awaken him to 5-star, so that's nice. But I do feel like it's probably a kind of a stupid rabbit hole to fall down in, to go crazy chasing a 5-star soul and to do a whole bunch of events to get this soul, to get some points, to go chasing like crazy in another event. I don't know. That seems like about 3 levels of rabbit hole that you really don't need to go down. I think it's probably much easier to just skip it. Just skip it. And especially because, doing the events is going to make you spend energy on stuff that's not the repeat quest. I think you could just do the repeat quest and skip it and be totally fine. And if you're not planning to use Tholin, he might be just sitting there in the vault with a 5-star soul never being used. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know about that. 10 red essence is nice. Lots of comments were pissed off at me at saying that gray essence isn't valuable. I guess I could phrase it better, that gray essence obviously still takes ages to amass, but it's not. Red essence is far more important, because red essence, mostly you use it for pushing like really strong champs from 5-star up to 6-star. Occasionally you'll buy a 5-star soul if you have to, for like a Marius, someone that good. But often it's about transitioning 5 to 6-star, which is game-changing for Arena, which is why that's so important. The gray essence is much less important. Yeah, like I think those low-level souls don't actually matter that crazy much. They're nice, they help for sure, but they're nowhere near as important as the red, but it is still valuable, and it does still take ages to get. But the red essence is a lot better, sort of what I was trying to say. But whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys get the gist. So yeah, 5-star. I think this is a big question mark. I'm probably not going to bother myself. I mean, it's nice. We'll see. I think I'll just do the summit, this champion chase event. It's 2x ancients. It's fine. I'll probably do it, but I don't know about going for this. I don't know. I might go for the 4, for the milestone 4, the Gilded Pinion. 1,000 points is much more palatable to me. And yeah, the relic is okay. It's not crazy, but it's decent. And I'll probably throw that on someone, and it would be kind of useful for me. Like, that's definitely going to be used. Like right now, I'd actually might throw it on Sifi. She doesn't have a relic that gives her any speed, so that'd be kind of nice. And she's got long cooldowns, so I think it's okay. So I might go for that, but I think it's very optional. I think it's good, but it's very optional. I think the 3-star soul is actually very solid, and that's worth picking if you've got the champion, but it's also very optional. You could, and I think this Gaze of Damnation is, you probably should go for that, and it's so cheap, you definitely should. So I think you definitely do. I think you do milestone 1 just by accident. I think you don't even try, and you pick up 100 Titan points. I think you might as well grab the Milestone 2. I think for most players, Milestone 3 is going to be something worth picking up and require very low effort. Again, if you do just the easiest events for the Titan path or Titan event, you're probably going to pick it up. But if you skip it, if you don't end up picking it up, it's not the end of the world. 500 points for 300 energy, that's decent. And again, you might pick that up and it'd be okay. Milestone 4 and 5, they're the ones that will require actually properly targeting events. And they are again, very optional, good value. But again, Milestone 5, very expensive. Milestone 4, less so. So yeah, that is where we are at for the champion chase then. Champion chase, where is it? Here we go. And let's pull some shards. So I've actually pulled some shards already. Well, I pulled one, but 3,500 for the rare is pretty high. But you can fuse up the epics to help you. You can fuse up the fusion epics. So here we go. I obviously had a prism shard saved. We've got the volume turned on and there's no volume. Truly tragic. Oh, sorry, I pulled it already. Oh, it was, spoilers. I didn't go to the right place in the video. There's me. Yeah, excited. It's a Lady Quillen. So I pulled a Lady Quillen from that. And then I have fused up one epic from the fusion. I did I fused up one. I have the champions to fuse the second one, but champion chase doesn't start for like half an hour. So I'm going to wait for that. And then I should get another 3 rares for a final epic before the champion chase ends. So basically, I got 500 points from Prism Shard, which you probably might not have. That was maxing out Dungeon Divers and fusing up one epic. And then I'll fuse up definitely 2 more epics for another 500. So I basically had 1,000 points walking into this event, which isn't too bad. 1,000 points off of all this cost brings it down to a more palatable level. Yeah, so 2,500 effectively for the rare. Well, actually, kind of less because I need the rare. The rare is needed for 250 of the points for fusing one of the epics. So yeah, but it's sort of 1,000 points off the legendary tome and the Titan points. So it's sort of like 4,500 points. I'm okay with that because it's 2x ancients. I will go for it. But I'll likely be skipping summon events in following weekends is most likely what it is. And certainly didn't feel in the mood to buy any prisms, considering this Titan event nonsense as well. Let's free up some space, because I think I do need make some space, and we'll pull some ancients. Oh, here we go. Here's a fun bug. Put 26 champions in. There's 29 spaces. To reserve vault doesn't work. Doesn't fucking work. Plarium. Stop. Here we go. Here's an idea, Plarium. Stop fucking us and fix your fucking game. How about that? Again, I've had to submit a support ticket for the first time ever as well. Like, Siege is just fucked. Reserve Vault is just fucked. I don't know. It just feels like the game quality has gone down a little bit recently. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. But they're still fucking us. Like, what the hell, man? Right, let's pull some Ancients. 2x Ancients. It's 10x for Graco's Turndrake. It's a pretty decent event. So I certainly don't mind going for it. If I got Gracos, I'd be delighted. He'd be new, which is mostly what I'm looking for. Thylesia, Masamoto, both actually decent. Both decent epics. AoE decrease defense, debuff extension, and places Hex as well. And then Masamoto, increased defense, turn meter boost, AoE decreased attack. A1 can steal a buff. Neither is an exceptional epic. Thylesia is better, I think, overall, but she's very squishy. They're both decent. Arndulf. Okay, another epic. Venom Age. There's a top tier epic. Soul Drinker is cool as well. There is the bomb stages for... I've got Lord Shazar for Faction Wars Hard, so that made it doable. But Soul Drinker, there have been some really fun teams in the past. Well, it wasn't Soda... I'm thinking Soda Papa. No, Soda Dragon. Was an older raid content creator. He stopped making content, but I think he had some really fun Soul Drinker videos. I'm sure plenty of other people did, where when he dies, he puts out bombs. You could do some fun stuff with him, and he's probably really important for Faction Wars for doing the bomb stage if you don't have Shazar. Venom Age, genuinely good. And actually, I mean, we were looking at Lizards yesterday, and like Lizards have almost no good damage dealers. It's crazy. They're really low on damage, so Venom Age actually sort of jumps up the faction tier list as a damage just for pumping out poisons. We're getting a good set of epics, actually. This is not bad. Tashada, Don't think she does anything too special. Royal Guard, obviously, is classic, the OG. Franox never got much attention. Franox does do a lot of single target damage. But sort of a budget Whisper in a faction that already has Whisper is sort of her issue, but she's cool. She looks visually cool. How are we doing on points? Okay, fine. We do need to do some more. We'll grab so we want to get to the legendary book and then do a tiny bit extra, but not too much because we still have a couple of epics to fuse. Will we get a legendary? It's 2x. I didn't want to do a separate shard video, so we're doing it all in the one. That's a bad pull. Lich is pretty terrible. He's part of the Razin fusion. That's about all he's worth. He does have that turn meter pushback, but I think you use your first Lich for Razin. By the time you get a second Lich, I think you don't bother. Skaram is amazing. Dark Athel, terrible. Skaram is genuinely fantastic. And AoE, affinity friendly, 3-turn cooldown provoke. That's also doing other stuff. He's got AoE decrease attack and can decrease enemy buffs. His A1 has a chance to stun when he counterattacks from this. He's amazing. He's obviously great for Hydra. You build him high resist for Hydra, and he's a provoker mischief tank. Decrease attack. He's a budget Krisk. Budget Krisk. Quite budget, but still fantastic. He's actually really good for High Elves. I might end up rebuilding mine as well for it. High Elves legendaries, a lot of them have 4-turn cooldowns. And there's a big difference between 4-turn cooldown crowd control and 3-turn cooldown crowd control. A very big difference when you're fighting hard content. Dark Athel, get an extra turn if you kill 10 or more enemies. Cool. That's great, Dark Athel. That's great. Well done. Oh, man. Frostbringer. Oh, wow. A 1 epic, 10 pulley. Hate that. Frostbringer's all right. Increase speed, increase attack. It's on a 4-turn, but it's good. Then triple hits at random. That can put decreased defense. Double hits at random, heal reduction. She's better than people think. People think, I think Frostbringer is absolutely trash. I don't think she's absolutely trash. Obviously, you think this champion is Freeze. I mean, look at her. Look at the name. It's her Jaina, budget Jaina Proudmoore. But she's actually all right. She's got good buffs. This is good debuff, but it's a bit random, of course. She's okay, though. Yeah, she's usable. Like, I could actually see people using a Frostbringer from time to time. Okay, we still need a few more. I guess actually we should claim the rare. He counts as a small number of points for it. Yeah, there we go. He's probably a few points for the event, the tournament, I suppose. I don't think it actually popped up. That was the Titan Path of tournament points popping up. Let's see. No legendary yet. 2x is not turned on. Or it is. It is turned on. Oh, is Bambus 4-leaf. Again, another underrated champion. People hate Bambus. I don't know why Bambus gets so much hate. People just don't like pandas. He's cool. Like, man, he's got a quality skin. The detail on this champ is something else. He's great, though. He's really solid. Increase attack and accuracy on all allies, and then enfeeble on an enemy for 2 turns. Then he puts himself to sleep. It's great. He also puts out decrease accuracy. He's a brilliant champ for Faction Wars Hard. Obviously, I'm ripping through Skinwalkers so far. I haven't even come close to needing him, but increase accuracy and attack, great. 2 turns enfeeble. You put that on like an enemy Jingwan or something that you can't, if you don't have increasing skill cooldowns. I guess Skinwalkers do with Basher, but it is only 1 turn. It's still useful. But it's really nice to lock out an enemy damage dealer. It's actually kind of sick for that content. Then he has a nice shield, increasing ally buffs. He decreases enemy buffs. Even if he weak hits, he increases shields. He was actually used for a while in some of the Trunda teams, or not the Trunda, in some of the Yannicka teams. He was used in Yannicka teams because he could grow shields. He brought you a bunch of buffs, and he also grew shields. I think it was the Yannicka teams. He was used in some of them because he was one of the few champs that could to grow shields, which is cool. Then he has an A1 decreased speed that can do an AoE attack with decreased speed. He puts himself to sleep with every move. The nice thing when he's asleep is he has a 50% chance to transfer debuffs from an ally to him. Not crowd control, but other ones. And then he transfers all debuffs from him to the enemy at the highest resist if he removes the sleep from waking up. So he wakes up at the start of his turn. I think he's really cool. I think he's actually really good. Like, you build yourself a fast, high HP Bambus with accuracy for Faction Wars, so standard enough support build. And the dude is going to protect you from a good few debuffs and actually throw them back semi-consistently. He's providing you with good buffs, like really good increased accuracy and attack, and increasing all of your buffs, giving you a big shield. He's putting out decreased accuracy. He's putting out a 2-turn enfeeble on someone that you choose. He's stripping off some enemy buffs. He's doing AoE decreased speed. I genuinely don't know why people think Bambus is absolute trash, but they do. That people just really hate Bambus. And it's crazy. He's actually really good. He's a great legendary. He just doesn't have, I suppose, many places in the game. Faction Wars, First City, that sort of stuff. He's not terrible for Hydra. He's decent for Hydra. Definitely decent for Hydra, but not top tier. Apart from, again, some of the crazy teams. He fit in a couple. Hofferes is good for Faction Wars. Revive, increase attack. Sadly, increase crit rate, which is not quite as useful. But you could build a Faction War team specifically. Hofferes is decent, but not crazy. Obviously goes well with Sun Wukong. Chani, again, is decent, but not crazy. Unfortunately, she's got no bowstring, so her bow doesn't work. But AoE increases enemy debuffs, increase accuracy and attack on her, then attacks an enemy. So it's not bad, and puts burn for 1 turn. She can put poisons. She's okay. She does get, which is fun, she does get crit rate per point of accuracy. And she does, of course, self-buff increase accuracy. So yeah, I mean, going through like a little bit of a slower pace in Faction Wars, you could open with her A2, then do her A3, and you could do that little cycle that way. It's just a little bit awkward, but it could work. I think she's okay. Yeah, again, probably not as bad as we think. We might have overcapped with the legendary right at the end. No, okay, I think we're good. We've got our legendary tome. Yeah, all right, 5,100. That ended up almost bang on. Pretty close. Yeah, okay. I'm happy enough to stop there. We fuse up 2 more of the epics. We get this. I mean, we could keep going. I'll think about that. I might do that as part of a video later in the week. I don't have any space right now, so I need to do champion training anyway to free up some space. All my I should say my master vault is full. My reserve vault has almost 30 spaces, but it won't let me use it because that's nice. So yeah, but yeah, there we go. Hey, we got 70 points in the Titan event. We've almost got the 1-star soul. We actually will almost have the milestone 2 done. I'm just gonna grab everything. I don't really care. There we go. That's it for today. Pissed off nub, still pissed off. I mean, I would say Plarium, not to do this stuff in future, but let's be honest. You knew not to do this again, almost a year ago, and you still did it. So what's the point in talking to you? Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.